Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Vengio7's playthrough of Lunatic Conquest, Pick My Units. What that means is that the people of the internet have told me which units and which classes to use. A link to that thread can be found in the description. And last time we ended off on chapter 3, where we were knocked out by an unknown party. As this chapter starts, it is revealed that the person who knocked us out was Rinka, one of the Hoshidan soldiers who we did not execute in chapter 2. She brings us to the capital of Hoshido, where it is revealed that Corrin is also actually a Hoshidan prince, and the High Prince, Ryoma, begins talking to him, but he is suddenly cut off by news that Sakura and Hinoka, the two princesses of Hoshido, are trapped in this area against all these Norian faceless monsters. And Corrin, Ryoma, and Kaze and Rinka, the two soldiers who we did not execute from Hoshido, are sent to investigate. So as the chapter starts, we're not really concerned about losing anyone this chapter. Kaze is not a unit we're going to use, and Rinka is not a unit that we can even recruit in Conquest. So the only things we're really concerned about this chapter are, well, first of all, giving Corrin as much speed as we could possibly get our hands on, and if we manage to save these people, the princesses that is, then they will give us items for our trouble, and that is nice to have. Now you'll notice a little trick there I did with the pair-up and separation. That's it optimizes the movement and gives me effectively one more movement space whenever I do this. Because if I had just stopped here with the units paired up, then I would have been on this square. But instead, because I separated forward, I can re-pair up, and look at that, I'm further ahead than I was. Now, I could waste an entire turn here to Dragon Vein this and make this space easier to cross, but it ends up being faster just to go this way. I believe. I haven't done the math, but it seems reasonable. Now, traditionally, when I first started playing this map, I actually went to the north instead of the east here, and my reasoning for that was because there are 4 enemies to the west and 5 enemies to the north, and therefore north is more experience. However, if we go east, we will notice that this faceless makes a straight line for Sakura, the healer, and she won't do anything about it, and she will gradually just get beat down and die, and we don't want that to happen. Our top priority is to save her, even if it comes at the cost of 9 XP. And truth be told, 9 XP isn't much, so it's not a huge sacrifice to make. I assume it is possible to have Hinoka die on this chapter. I've never seen it happen. Literally never seen it happen. The reason we took the Kaze pair up instead of the Rinka pair up here is, well, for one, for that +1 movement, and because the speed that he provides allows Corrin to double half of these faceless. All of these faceless. Oh, there goes Roma stealing some XP. I don't know why I have combat animations on if I just skip through them anyway. All of these faceless, barring the boss, have exactly either 7 or 9 speed, and Corrin has a base speed of 10, which means that he needs this pair up to double the people with 7 speed. Again, we're going to do our little optimization. The reason we want to separate out like this instead of having Kaze out in front is because Kaze gives one move when he is giving the pair up, but Kaze himself only has 5 moves, which is equal to Corrin's. So we always want Corrin to be the one that gets separated to the front. generally, when you pull this trick, what you want to do is you want to have the higher move person be separated into the front. For obvious reasons, they're the person that you're going to move to places with. Enemy AI dictates that he will go for Corrin instead of Sakura here, because hitting someone is always better than not hitting anyone as far as the AI is concerned. Now if we move to this tile, exactly one faceless will be able to hit us. Well, one of the northern faceless will be able to hit us, and that's fine. Hinoka will get hit by one of the faceless, but unless she lands the like 3% crit, she should be fine. Actually, I think there's an argument to be made for turning combat animations back on here, just so that I can see the numbers of what their damage would be. We can kind of just stroll in here willy-nilly because we have a dual gauge. All charged up. Now again, the AI will take every opportunity to... I thought the AI would take every opportunity to hit my units, especially my Lord over the allies. But apparently I was wrong, and the AI will do whatever the fuck it wants. So, as it turns out, there was no need for me to use that vulnerary. But I used it anyway. I've lost, what, 30 gold? 50 gold maybe? 25? Oh, and I will never get that gold back. How could I? Because I can just... We're actually going to not talk to them yet, because if I go to talk to them, it makes everything slower. Yoma will join back up with them. Corrin will have this confusing conversation with Hinoka. But the result of the conversation is that Hinoka gives him a concoction and does not join our party, which is fine. The placement of my units here is not ideal. Again, we have another conversation with Sakura. I forget what having the conversation with Sakura gives us. I'm pretty sure she gives us something, but I've forgotten what it is. We could have had Kaze stand here and just immediately talked. And immediately paired up after talking and moved Corrin to over this side of the map. But I didn't do that, so oh well. This first faceless is a 9-speed faceless, which means that regardless of Corrin's pair-up stat, regardless of whether or not he has the pair-up with Kaze, he will not double. So it's better to have Rinka here for the strength and defense buffs. We will not be using the Dragon Bane. If we use the Dragon Bane before these faceless rush down at once, it's really not something you want to have to deal with. Unless, of course, you're doing like a low turn count run, and then it's something you have to deal with. But I'm not doing that, so I don't have to deal with it.
Witness the strength of my tribe.
Now these other two faceless are 7-speed faceless. So we can feel perfectly justified in pairing Corrin up with Kaze. We will waste a turn here, however, because I did not optimize my movement correctly.
Looks like we have no choice.
And these uses will just get cut out.
I am at
The boss
your
will
service.
align for a dual attack, but up that backpack. If I had time to leisurely switch to Rinka here, I would do it, except for the fact that I have a fully charged dual gauge, so there's no point. There's also no point in attacking here. If I attack, it both compromises my position and makes it difficult to... And we take one additional seal strength and steel defense debuff. Because if we attack... Oh, never mind. It doesn't make a difference there.
Looks like we have no choice. Unacceptable.
Either way, this guy will go down in a fair number of hits. Actually, it makes me wish I had Kaze outside just for the debuffs. And that is actually what I'll be doing here.
I'll lend you strength.
And we will be able to effortlessly swap our guard partners because of some good
Witness the
positioning.
strength of my tribe.
I won't surrender!
Corrin lands the unnecessary crit. And that little transfer and switch action allowed me to both get the debuffing attack from Kaze and the additional strength and defense boost from Rinka for a counterattack. Alright. So that's chapter 4. Here we are introduced to the mysterious character Azura, who is very much Corrin's foil. While Corrin is a Hoshidan prince that has been kidnapped by Nor since childhood, Azura is a Norian prince that has been kidnapped by Hoshido since childhood. This is one of the sadder cutscenes in the game. Essentially, Corrin's mother gets killed. That's the entire cut. And Corrin, in a fit of rage, transforms into a dragon. That's the cutscene. This chapter is, like before, traditionally all about pairing Kaze up with Rinka and giving Kaze as much experience as we can. However, since we're not using Kaze, we don't care about how much experience we could or couldn't put on Kaze, and in order to further simplify matters, Corrin, in this map, cannot pair up. So we have very little to worry about. The only thing we can do on this map if we want to, and I'm not sure we want to do this, is we can grind Azura's levels to absurd heights. And I think we actually will be doing that. Now, because we didn't give Kaze any levels in the previous chapter, Kaze might have some trouble dealing with these mercenaries. But that's fine. Kaze at base is generally good enough to handle anything you want to throw at him. And Corrin basically doesn't get experience this chapter. All these enemies are worth 1 XP to him, except the boss at the end, who is worth a moderate amount. Not, you know, a crazy cool amount, but enough to make a difference. Forget how I do this map. It has to do something with some fantastic choke points, either here or here. But I've forgotten all the specifics. This ought to be this is gonna be interesting. Alright. 25 attack, Jesus Christ. 22. Both of these are going to... So this is a guy has effectively 21 attack. This guy has 24. 21 plus 24 is 48, minus 17 is 34. Minus 4 is 30. 30 is a bigger number than 19, and so Kaze can't tank both of these guys reliably. Unfortunately, Sakura can't get in position for her personal for this first turn. That's fine. Now, the map tells Corrin to be careful of the Wormslayer and the mages this chapter, but that's somewhat
We can do this.
undercut by the fact
Not even close.
that Corrin can just one-shot them. Perhaps we should have given Kaze some XP last chapter to make this a bit easier. Because as it looks, it's not gonna be easy. Kaze took 16 damage from that last attack. That's a lot of damage. How can you heal for 14? You heal for 9. Arrgh. So what this tells me, 1621, is so this guy has 25 damage to Azura's 5 defense. Azura will get 2 more effective defense from Sakura, 1 from Rinka. Sorry, 1 from weapon triangle bonus. That's 24. She needs 2 more points of defense to survive. How about Sakura? Can you survive? Oh, no you can't. So we only have one real option here, and that is to rely on Corrin more. This is not an option we want to have to take, but it is an option we have to take. How far can the circle? Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Corrin clear out this right half. Now, these mercenaries can reach any square that Kaze runs to. Which is not a good thing. In fact, it is a very, very bad thing. Which means we have to do something we don't really want to do. Which is input incorrectly and get Kaze killed. Kaze has a very small chance to survive this. He can dodge the steel sword, but it's an 86.
We can do this.
Yeah. This is an Iron Man run. If units die, I will treat them as actually having died. I will not reset. That missed input will probably cost me a game over. Oh boy, oh boy. It's really not worth leveling anyone. Let's try to be of use at this point. All we can do is rely on Corrin a lot. Which is, I suppose, the story of this entire run. But because that is what we're doing, this position down here is going to get very difficult to attack because we don't have Kaze with his 1 to 2 range shurikens. What's probably going to happen is that we're going to end up using Rinka as bait. Will leave this guy at 23 HP, which isn't bad RNG. Now here's the thing, if I remember correctly, these guys are all connected to the same spawn. I could give the HP tonic to Rinka to make her hit a bit harder, but she'll have weapon disadvantage against literally everyone on this map, and all her hit rates will be shaky, and I don't want to put any amount of faith in them. Now here's the bigger issue. I can't fight all those units at the same time. It's just not something I'm capable of doing. So, I'm very sorry, Rinka, but you're going to take a bit of a hit here. You know, I said I'm sorry, but I don't know if I actually am. And there's Rinka dead. But her sacrifice was not in vain. It will allow us a chance to get an entire turn where the Wormslayer mercenaries are stuck on that side of the map. And these Dark Mages have effectively 22 attack. Both Sakura and Azura can survive exactly 1 attack from that without being utterly demolished. And Corrin can also, I'm pretty sure Draconic Rage is magic? Yes, Draconic Rage is magic. 39, I'm pretty sure he can one-shot these. Oh, he can definitely one-shot these guys. So we're going to do the only thing we can here. Not getting that point of strength she's going to need eventually, nor is she getting points in HP. Also going to need those eventually. At some point in this map, Azura is going to turn into a berserker, and that's just going to be terrible for all parties involved, but it's going to have to happen. We're going to have to play very carefully around enemy ranges here. I think these mages have the same stats as Azura, so Azura can also take exactly 1 hit from them. These mercenaries have 43 attack. Which will do 19 damage to Corrin. Has a resistance of 12. Which means he takes 10 from the mages. 19. She's 29 damage, minus 4 from Sakura personal, which means this is survivable. Okay. I don't know how I will survive the turn after that though, because there are 3 threats. So my current plan is to have Corrin come over here, kill this guy, have Azura move to this space, which has the special property of being guarded which has the property of only being attackable by this mage if she stands here, and then having Sakura moved into this corner and heal Corrin. And that's actually going to be the only possible way all our units survive in this chapter. All our units survive for now. Next turn, we're probably going to have to sacrifice either Sakura or Azura to the gods. And that's going to make me feel bad, but it's going to have to happen. I'm taking 1 less damage from this guy than I thought it would. Oh right, Corrin counterattacks this guy. Alright, no one has to die next turn. Azura will take some damage here, because she has no option but to end the turn in range. That's a terrible idea. Because she has no option but to end the turn in range of this mage. But that's fine. Azura can take 1 hit from this mage. She has 24 effective HP. This guy hits for 21 damage. Yeah. So, she'll live. She won't be healthy afterwards, but she'll live. Much like Sakura lives.
I won't let you get hurt.
Guys, 21 minus 8. What? That did 11 damage, yes? Why did that only do 11 damage? 20 minus 8 is 12, minus weapon is 11. Oh my god, I'm terrible at math. I don't know what I was thinking. This got really sketchy as soon as I made that misinput on Kaze. Also, I think it got really sketchy the second I decided to not give Kaze any XP the previous chapter. I think that's where it became difficult. If this was any other game, what I would do here is I would give this Bloom Festival to Corrin. In the hopes that he would keep it, and I would have a Bloom Festival on this unit that I would otherwise lose. I would keep that. But the game doesn't work out that way. We don't quite have enough damage to watch out like Sky, yeah. And we can't get pair-ups either, so we can't change this. We can take up to 2 less damage from this guy, but that's not useful. And now, I'm going to do something that is profoundly boring. But we'll make this run a bit easier. Wow. Wow. Now, I don't want to be spending hundreds of turns doing this because I'm not that kind of crazy, But I think I'll get Azura up to level 5, say. I think that's a good place. There have been posts on Reddit where people have just gotten Azura to, like, I don't know, stupid high levels by having like a 400 turn count on this chapter. It's possible, there's nothing stopping you from doing it. Wow, that is a good counterpart to the luck level. Still no HP though. Azura's Azura. But yeah, I'm not so crazy as to spend 400 plus turns on a chapter. Especially because this Azura is going to turn into a berserker, and while that, so she's going to be spending time on the front lines. And while this means that no matter what I do, I'm going to have to get rid of the Seraph robe. The more levels that she can spend in that line, the more likely it is that she will actually get the HP ups that she wants. Speaking of HP ups, that is an incredibly good level. Except for defense, but again, Azura never gets defense. And we're just gonna start hitting the boss. I'll show you what I got. I will thrust my dragon dick into your pussy until you feel me. Or I'll miss. One of the two. Wonderful, Corrin. You still got 2 hits left. Kick him in the ass. Good job. You earned 1 entire level from that entire chapter. Speed and strength. Not a bad level at all. Alright, I think we'll end things off for now. And we will see you next time on DaVinci 07's Fire Emblem Conquest Lunatic playthrough. Bye bye.